Oh hi! Today I'm going to show you how to create a realistic muzzle flash. So let's start. So let's take a look at what we're going to be creating today. So that's pretty cool, right? So we have a muzzle flash, a gun blowback, and a shell. And that's exactly what we're going to be creating today. So let's start. Make a new comp with your footage right here. So I'm gonna pick a point where it starts shooting, where it's pressing the trigger right here. So the first step is dragging your muzzle flash inside the comp. So like this. I'm going to cut the frame off because this particular muzzle flash lasts for 2 frames. That's not what we want, so that's what I've done right there. So the next thing what we're going to do is we are going to size the muzzle flash. So I'm going to make it like 85%. I like big muzzle flashes. It looks cool. So right there. So now duplicate your muzzle flash, set the upper one to add, and then change the opacity of the second one to like 20%. You can tell the difference, right? You can make it 40 if you want a really bright muzzle flash. So the next thing is the lighting. So duplicate your footage, grab an oval mask, draw a mask around your muzzle flash area, set it to add, and feather the mask out like something like this. I'm going to subtract the mask a little bit like this. I'm gonna draw another mask around his hands a little bit, so gonna lower the opacity because it's daylight, so the contrast would be very big, something like this. So that's pretty cool. So make it last for 1 frame, and this is what we have now. That looks pretty good, right? So let's go on, right? The next thing we'll do is we'll be creating the pistol blowback. So duplicate your footage, make it last for 1 frame, duplicate it once more, and choose a frame where the gun is on a different place right here. So we have the background, right? So do that and make it last for 1 frame again. So drag it over, and now take this one with wire, change the opacity to 50%, and now we're going to draw some thingies right here. So no, yes, let's start. I'm going to draw a mask around here and another mask around, oh no, it's around here. I'm going to adjust this later on, so it's temporary. I'm going to follow it 1 frame, pixel, and then course. So something like this. Shut it on. Take your second layer and mask out the upper part of the pistol like this, right? Change the position, drag it a little bit to the back, and set this to add. Now you can see that my drawing wasn't that good. So this is better. So let's grab this thing, set it around here, go to adjust the mask, something like this should do. That looks pretty good, right? So now add a directional blur to your upper part of the pistol. Make the blur range like 5, 7, I don't know, depends on your scene. So something like this. That looks pretty good, right? So let's see what we got. That's pretty good, right? So let's go on with our shell. So drag your shell in, scale it down to I think 7%. Right, so rotate it to the right position. No, it's too big. It's too big. Let's make it right. 6. So that's a little bit. Make it a little thinner. So this should do. Got it right there. Now, my advice is to only use 2 keyframes for your shell. So go to the position, set a keyframe at the beginning and a keyframe at the end. So we have 2 keyframes. Position, second keyframe, and then change the curve. So grab a keyframe, change the curve a little bit, take this one and change the curve again. Now it looks fake. So you can add motion blur if you want, but in this scene it's way too much. You can't even see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add directional blur again. Something like this. That's a lot better. Let's add curves to brighten it up a little bit. I'm going to add a simple fast blur, I mean, on top of it. So this is pretty good. So now it looks like this. That's pretty good. But there's still one thing missing, and that's the sound. So choose a sound, download it, make it your own, and drag it into your comp. Shut the layer off. You can see the audio levels. The waveform. Oh, I cut it off way too much. So there it starts. So now we have this. And there's something I forgot to say. If you find it difficult to come up with ideas for your muzzle flashes, you can always watch your favorite action movie, like The Avengers in my case. Look at this screenshot. You can see in the behind the scenes that the muzzle flash is already there. that means that they're using blanks in their guns and not a computer generated muzzle flash. But it's about the same. You can see right here the finished shot, the end product. You can see that they made the muzzle flash a lot brighter. They've added a lens flare or a glow, and the edges are a little bit orangey. It's not the best quality, as you can see, but it's about idea. And here's another example, a little bit of a darker scene. So the muzzle flash produces a lot more light on the floor and on his face. So that's it. This is our first tutorial. So if there are improvements we can make, leave them in a comment, and thanks for watching.